I'm excited for our next guest. She's a small-town North Dakota dweller, nurse, certified nutrition mentor, and fitness enthusiast with a passion to bring out the best in women that she coaches. We're super excited to have a leader in the MomBod Nation with us, Cindel Glynn. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, it's nice to meet you virtually, Lisa.
I know I found you on Facebook, and I thought anytime I find a woman, and you're a local, one of our own, celebrating all things that moms, can be proud of and struggle with, I was hooked right away. So Tell us a little bit more about your story. And of course, when I say MomBod, everybody's like, what is that about?
Right. Awesome. Well, I'm really glad to be visiting with you. And when you had asked me, you're like, hey, does Skype work? I kind of laughed myself because I was like, this is kind of how my community works. It's all done mostly virtually. We do get together face to face, like with locals, but for the most part, it's done virtually. So I was like, I didn't realize I've been practicing social distancing this whole time. But really what I am is a health and wellness influencer that predominantly works with moms. And what I do is I really help women find themselves again. And not all of my clients are moms, but for the most part, most of the ladies I work with are mothers. And I think we all kind of struggle with really the same things, right? We struggle with body image. We struggle with, are we doing this right? I mean, there's not a manual for motherhood. And we also struggle with like that self-comparison and different things along those lines. So what I really do is I share that all. But this actually all started, I have 4 kids, but it started when I was postpartum after baby number 3. And I was in the midst of trying to pull myself out of this struggle of postpartum depression. And I actually graduated from NDSU, my nursing degree, so go Bison. But I was working as a labor delivery nurse at that point in my life. And I taught my patients about, postpartum depression, what to look for. And it was very different than what I expected it to be. But I knew I needed to make a change. I was like, okay, I need to figure out something. So what I had done, and now this is 5 years ago, but what I did was I joined a local boot camp group, and I finally got my first taste of like what the fitness community was like. I had never been part of it before. I think a lot of questions I get from some people, they're like, have you always been into fitness? And I'm like, no. I was not into fitness at all, but I knew I needed to make a change. So I joined this local boot camp group. And then about a month in, my little guy decided that the time for his morning nursing was the time that mommy wanted to leave to go to her boot camp group. And so I skipped a few and then was like, okay, I'm just going to take a month off until we adjust. And I just had this well-timed invite to join a virtual boot camp. And I was like, what are we doing? And they talked about, okay, we're gonna do at-home workouts. We're gonna focus on our nutrition and all these different things. And up until that point, I was like, I knew nutrition, like it obviously affects us, but I just hadn't really fully educated myself on it. And I just had a huge physical transformation over the next couple months of doing this virtual boot camp where I, like I said, was very skeptical to like what home workouts could do. And I had this big transformation. And my external results were awesome. But what happened more than anything was my internal results. Like truly, it all happened up here. I was more confident. I felt good in my skin. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is a missing piece for so many moms, because I feel like sometimes when we become moms, what happens is we lose ourselves to motherhood, right? And we're just taking care of everybody else around us. We put ourselves to the back burner. So that was really where MomBod Nation came out. And I don't know if I'm totally answering your question here, but that's where it came from, was accepting our bodies where we are as moms. So that's the MomBod part of my MomBod Nation community. But I found so many women when I hosted my very first virtual boot camp and invited all of these other mothers and ladies to join me. I was blown away at how many of them struggled with their body image, struggled with the fact that they had stretch marks, or maybe they still had baby weight, even though their baby was maybe 12 years old. And I did not realize that what I was feeling inside, almost every other woman I knew was feeling the same way. And so I was like, we need to start a movement. And that's where MomBod Nation came from, was really trying to help women embrace themselves where they are right now, love themselves for who they are, really normalize that stretch marks are normal and the rolls and all those things, and be okay with where they're at right now while still improving themselves through focusing on just a little bit of time each day with their fitness and working on their nutrition.
I love that. You are so inspiring. And I feel like you were telling my story. I feel like you're right. right. We can all relate, but we all kind of keep it into our, inside and keep it to ourselves. How do people find more information on what you do, more information on MomBod? How do we join this?
So I do a lot of things on Instagram. So if you're on Instagram, you can see my handle as MomBod Nation. I'm also on Facebook. And so if you just search my name, Cindel Glenn, or if you search MomBod Nation on Facebook, I'm also there. But my website is also mombodnation.com. And I host virtual boot camps and I have them ongoing. And I really just help women pick a program that works really well for them as far as like their fitness. If they don't have a fitness routine already. I have a lot of people that are runners. They know what they need to do for their fitness and what they enjoy, but maybe they need help with the nutrition end. So I help them with the nutrition end too. And I'm really just a guide to help women kind of take back their life a little bit and put themselves a little bit more I would say higher on that priority list, right? We have this huge list and we tend to just drop ourselves to the bottom. But yeah, you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, or you can go to my website.
I love that. And even though we're looking at you right now and we're like, you're beautiful. You have it all put together. But if you go through your Instagram,
you go to my Instagram.
Yeah, you put out the bad pictures too. You don't just have the highlight reel. You show us what it's like to have a real mom bod as well. And I just love your energy. So thank you so much for visiting with us. And yeah, you're right. This is perfect. You've been doing this for a while before social, distancing was even a thing, but this is even more important right now. Well, Cindel, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we can have you back on. We were hoping to have you in studio, but gosh, this was great. When we actually did share some of your pictures and videos and got to see your adorable kids as well. So check her out. MomBod Nation might be something that you're interested in too. Thank you so much for your time and stay healthy. We'll be right back here on North Dakota Today.